The constant companions through Escher North, at eschernorthwordpress.com. The Manuscript of Survival, Part 417, May 22, 2014. As you have perhaps already noted, these incoming energies will once again be churning up quite a few interesting ideas here and there. You see, you have by now been well prepared to start to divert your attention elsewhere, that is, you have passed through so much of your personal preparations on this journey, you have become more than ready to start to shine your light in a very new direction, one that will lead you to seek further into topics and ideas that may seem far removed from your immediate sphere of influence. And what do we mean by that? Simply that as you have allowed yourself to go through this thorough personal process of cleansing and jettisoning all of the old and cumbersome filters that made it difficult for you to do and to be anything but a human, you have also made yourself able to start to step far outside the old comfort zone, and so, you will begin to find yourself seeking out answers to questions you cannot even put into words yet. Let us explain. As we have talked about many a time before, you each hold a vital part of the construction plan or blueprint, if you will, of this new world you are already busy putting together, and as such, this first and somewhat prolonged phase of personal clearance was simply a prerequisite, something you had to go through in order for you to become readjusted in such a way you could be able to do what you really came here to do. For you did not just come to lift yourself out of the old drudgery, you came to lift mankind as a whole out of the old and into the new, and so, your role encompasses so much more than what you previously have achieved. Not that this in itself is not a major achievement, far from it. As we have told you again and again, what you have already accomplished is above and beyond what anyone else have been able to do, for your journey towards the stars, if you will, is truly a journey of discovery for all, for you make this journey while still within a human body, one that may at first glance seem ill-equipped to accomplish such a feat, but as you have already shown us all, it is indeed on that is more than able to stretch and evolve far beyond any old ideas of limitations that have been bred into you. And so, you have all shown us the way to do just that, and now, you stand poised to begin the next phase of this saga, the one that will take you all into brand new waters, in every sense of the word. You see, what you have already done is nothing short of miraculous, but what you are about to do, will be regarded as even more so. For you have by now opened the doors that will take you back to what you truly are, and not only that, these doors will also take all of mankind to a place they have not been before, for these doors lead to the halls of knowing, the halls of wisdom of such a kind, it will, with your help, rewrite the entire history of mankind, for as you managed to wash away the old grime that stood as a wall between you and these shimmering halls of wisdom, you also enabled all of mankind to become truly connected to this source yet again. And now, as you begin to truly breathe in this fresh air of opportunity, you will begin to feel something stir within you, and that something is a very defined vibration. For what you will start to feel, is the activation of your part of this grand plan, your part of this blueprint, your part of this great endeavor of turning back all of your brethren from that precipice they have brought themselves and this lovely planet you all inhabit. For you have come here to spread more than your light, you have also come here to spread something definite in the form of information, and when we say information, we mean that in the widest possible definition, for you are here to help to heal the wounds that have been inflicted, not only on you, but on everyone else, and you have also come here to help heal the deep wounds that scar this wonderful planet of yours. We know that this may seem to be a task far too overwhelming for any of you to even contemplate, but remember, the tools you have at your disposal are not of this world, for as one of your wise old men once said, you cannot solve the problems you have created, by going at it in the same way that created them in the first place, for in this, you need tools that no one has even thought of before. For what you will help to bring about, is such a turnaround it cannot be accomplished by the old set of mind, nor by any ideas or instruments or procedures put together by that old set of mind. For what you are about to embark upon, is such a path of discovery, nothing in your history can even come close in comparison. You will start to make progress in such a way, even the most advanced ways of contemporary thinking will seem to become outdated and outmoded. In the instant something created by this new way of thinking will see the light in every sense of the word, for you will begin to find solutions in a very new way, by connecting the dots and by accessing the records that have been off limits to mankind for such a long time. And what you will start to discover will astound even the astutest amongst you, for it will literally open up a whole new world of creativity that will enable you to find solutions to even the most complex of your problems. Remember, what ails mankind, indeed what ails this entire world, are problems entirely caused by the ill-advised choices made again and again through the history of mankind. And so, as soon as you start to truly tap into this outer-worldly source of information you have been granted access to, through your willingness to step forward into the light yet again, you will begin to see a very new way of solving these old-fashioned problems. For the problems you see around you are problems entirely associated with the old energy, that dulling vibration that served to dim down the lights within you all. But now, as you have managed to lift your heads above these murky waters, you will literally see far, far further afield, and you will see what no man has seen before. For you will see through the veil, and you will start to see the potential that awaits you on all sides, and you will realize that all you need to do is to start to interact with all of this potential in a creative way for you to truly realize this vast and untapped potential. Both within you, but also around you. Again, we speak in convoluted terms, but what we are trying to convey is that now you will all be asked to step up to the plate in the form of allowing your curiosity to lead the way. For what you carry within can in many ways be likened to a map into uncharted waters, and this map will show you the way you are supposed to take in order to deliver your crucial part to this overall plan of righting the wrongs on this planet. So take some time to tune into this part of your being, the part that knows so well already all the answers to all the questions you have on how, when, why, and who. And then, you will see how it starts to come together, and you will find yourself peeking into corners you have overlooked before, initiating conversations with people you did not even think you had anything in common with, looking into topics you did not think was of your interest at all, or you perhaps thought was beyond your scope of ability to even contemplate looking into. Or you may find yourself called to visit a certain place or a certain person, or even get the urge to simply sit down and write something, or sit down and draw something. Not necessarily something that seems to be the answer to any of the aforementioned questions, but still, it will be an important step on this part of your personal journey, and as you start to pick out these steps into the future, others will also do the same, and you will see how your path will start to converge with some, and perhaps start to diverge from others. For as you know so well by now, even if your journey is unlike anyone else's, it is also intricately woven into this huge web of enlightened beings that you yourself are just one of, and so, you will see how the threads of this magnificent loom will begin to come together in some very new patterns that again will engender some brand new connections, all pollinating each other in order to make this whole tapestry of light come alive in a very distinctive way. You see, you are simply one amongst thousands, so even if you may feel the heavy weight of this responsibility to help to make this whole operation come about a little too much at the moment, know that none of you will be overloaded in any way. You also need to remember that even if you are just a small wheel in this whole intricate machinery of global enlightenment, you alone can make a huge difference. But you are never alone in this, and you will never be put to task on something that will be considered as too much for you in any way, for you all come well prepared, but you also come well trained to seek to connect with all of those other people that constitutes a part of your group, for you are all part of a group, or rather, you are always part of one group or another, and sometimes, you will be linked up to more than one of these conglomerations of enlightened beings, some on your side of the veil, others on the other side of the veil, and so, you are all well connected at all times. And do not forget, amongst the members on your side of the veil you can also count a whole host of people who are well trained to carry out much of what you will help to bring in the form of information. For as we have discussed on many an occasion, many of you will act as transmitters of information that you will be guided to share in the right place at the right time to the right person or persons, people fully equipped in all sorts of ways to carry out your instructions and make them come into being. You see, this is in all aspects a creative endeavor, but also very much a collective one, for that is an intrinsic part of this whole operation. Mankind needs to relearn to reconnect, on all levels. They need to reconnect with all of their own personal aspects, they need to reconnect across any of the old borders and divisions, and they need to relearn to connect with all of creation. So this collective endeavor is what will bring the new world fully into being, and it will do so in a time span that will be deemed as remarkably short, even by human standards. For this will be a change that comes about in leaps and bounds, not in small increments where you need to learn A before you can venture into B and so forth. You have entered the express lane now, in every way, and so, you will all be propelled forward at an ever-increasing rate. And you will be propelled forward in a way that will set you all on that path we mentioned earlier, the one that will help you to see your part in this big plan, and where you will be encouraged to seek the answers to those questions you did not even know you have it in you to find, much less make into reality. For now, there is no looking back, there is simply going full speed ahead with all that you are, so take a deep breath and take a good look within, and we are certain you will all find that first clue that will help you to set the course for that glorious tomorrow that awaits you all.